Hey everyone, we finally went ahead and got one of the Bambu P1P printers, and it's probably one of the best things I've bought in a while. This thing's super user friendly. I did several prints this week, and I intend on doing more of these videos as weeks goes on. The first projects I did were a couple of battery holders. They're pretty easy to snap together. I did notice I had a little bit of trouble out of the pieces that stick out there. They kind of popped off, and I did end up having to use glue. Did have to print up a little thing for my spawn there that wanted an HO scale siren, which then gave me the idea to make an actual siren. The uh, the studio that comes with the Bambu Studio does have access to files like these, and this one I figured I'd give a try. So I printed out each of these pieces and started putting it together, and found out very quickly that there were a couple things that I'm going to have to take care of. One of which is there was a tolerance on the back gears when if you screwed everything together, it does cause extra resistance. So when doing this project, make sure to give yourself a little bit of space, and you may need to put in some cardboard gaskets to keep everything flowing and not scraping against each other. Overall, though, this part was a fun project, and I was glad I did it. I did end up having to reprint this piece here. There was one with and without a handle. With the handle does make it a little easier to handle. I did run into a few times where in testing I ended up well, how would I say? I guess I just ended up breaking stuff because I was trying to push it too hard. So I ended up having to reprint the handle a couple of times along with a couple other pieces. Um, and after a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of playing with it, I finally was able to get it to work. That moved me on to other things that I know I'd promised people I'd print before and I hadn't yet. One of which is the giant articulated slug. It's been an ask for years now, and I finally was able to get around to it. Liked it so much that I gave one away and had to print another. This then brought me to the next bit of projects for that week. We've got from the Hex 3D folks the symbol from the Never Ending Story. Then, of course, the Spawn, seeing that I'd made a siren, wanted to print out another. He found this file on the internet, and we gave it a shot. Unfortunately, though, there were pieces that just did not print well with this, so we had to call it quits after the one attempt. That did allow us to move on to other things, like this handy-dandy tape holder, and then some more battery holders. Now, in this spot, I had run out of filament, so I'm not sure what the Bambu does when you run out of filament, but I was able to kind of chase the old filament with the new filament and do a pretty seamless transition without having to stop it whatsoever. I am curious in the future to see what happens when it does run out. After doing some battery holders, I did some necklace holders for the missus. She's been asking for those. Back to the battery holders again because people keep asking for them, and I'm more than happy to print them out and give away for free. It gives me something to do, and it helps me pass the time. Mrs. did ask for one more necklace holder, so we went ahead and printed that out, and I think that should take care of about everything we had. Thank you.